Hey, what's good? August Shiro here. In today's reaction, we're gonna be watching the newest Shoe0nhead video. And it looks like from the thumbnail, she has a lot to say about President Trump. I'm not gonna lie, I have all ears open for this one. I'm really intrigued to see what she has to say. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get the reaction going.
Donald Trump, along with Elon Musk, have created a new government agency called Doge. And what I originally thought was just an older sibling giving a younger sibling an unplugged video game controller actually turned into a real thing. And their first order of business was dismantling USAID, an innocent government program that helped poor people all around the world. Or was it? Hello and welcome back to the Shoe0nhead channel. I am Shoe0nhead and I am not real. I am a figment of your imagination. You have been in a coma since 2012. Wake up.
Oh no.
Wake up.
Oh no.
Today we will be talking about the dark, seedy underbelly of USAID. This is a topic I've been interested in for a very long time now. And now that recently USAID has been in the news, I figured it is a perfect time to finally talk about it. All the mainstream liberal coverage I've seen of this has basically been late night talk show hosts crying fake tears about it being dismantled, and all the mainstream Republican coverage has just been about all the woke shit USAID was apparently funding. But I promise you, it is more than that. A lot more. If you're not a very political person and you only come here to consume the Reddit gender war slop, you should still stick around for this because this gets juicy.
Yo, that's like the best thing about her. Like, you don't even have to be in the politics. You can really just watch her content and really get like a good digest of everything that there is to offer, you know? Like, you can be very well informed, but also get a good laugh. You know, that's like what we come to YouTube for, you know? Like, she's a way better avenue than going on like dare I say Twitter. Like, oh my gosh. I'm not calling it X, by the way. I refuse to.
So Donald Trump and Elon Musk created the Department of Government Efficiency, aka Doge. Get it? Like the Reddit meme from 2012? Epic bacon, my fellow memers. Honestly, who am I to talk about dead memes? My username is Shoe0nhead. So Doge's
it's iconic.
goal seems to be cutting useless spending the government is making us pay taxes on. Now, I have very mixed feelings about taxes. From each according to his ability. To each according
Wait, what
to
is
his
this?
needs. Taxation is theft! The tree of liberty will be refreshed with the blood of tyrants! My opinion has always been, if we are going to pay taxes in this country, could they at least go to things that actually help people, like Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security?
Come on, no, that's far too smart. Come on, it's the government we're talking about. Like, for one, we don't even know how to do our taxes, and when we do them, they're not gonna do anything to help us.
Child tax credits, firefighters, fixing our bridges and roads, castrating pedophiles, government-funded girlfriends, things like that.
Wait, whoa,
and yes,
whoa,
we should be auditing the government.
Yeah,
I think
yo,
that's a
let's
good
get that
thing.
one.
Frankly, I don't care who does it as long as they do it well. Good things are good, bad things are bad. I'm anti-bad things, pro-good things. Those are my politics.
Wait, I'm just gonna pause. Okay, yo, she brought up a good point. If government can fund their own girlfriend and boyfriends, we're gonna end both the female and male lonely epidemic. Come on, like, no one's gonna be lonely anymore. Yo, she's hitting. Come on, like, this is a great plan. Trump, Elon, anyone, please, I'm on my knees.
And hating libertarians. Just kidding, I love libertarians. I get along great with them. As long as we don't talk about child labor. Anyway, Doge got straight to work, firing government workers and basically hiring my Twitter mutuals. What was once a theater kid-occupied government is now a right-wing schizo poster-occupied government. No, I am not joking.
So this is a 19-year-old high school graduate who has used the unfortunate nickname Big Balls online, so that would be one way that we could refer to him. He is now working at Musk's behest inside...
Dude, imagine that's your code name that people know you by. Yeah, I'm Big Balls. What's up? How's it going? Good job, sir. Hey, yes, is I, Mr. Balls. Like, oh my gosh.
Doge.
If you had told me 10 years ago that Donald Trump and Elon Musk would hire some Zoomer named Big Balls to help audit the government, I'd believe it. Like, yeah, that checks out. They have no relevant experience. Most of them aren't old enough to rent a car. They're not even old enough to rent a car. They're in their 20s. We sent 18-year-olds to go die in the wars you cheerlead on, you evil hag. Why are they so focused on the ages of these people when our government is basically a retirement home? But honestly, I don't blame Hillary Clinton.
That's
if I were her,
true.
I also wouldn't want 22-year-olds in the government.
Oh.
Months before dismantling.
I'm sorry, bro. Yeah. Yo, oh my god, she just dragged Hillary so bad. Yo, go off.
The Department of Education, or apparently Sesame Street, Doge's first order of business was dismantling USAID.
Without providing any proof, Elon said USAID is a criminal organization. Oh yeah, they're an international crime syndicate hell-bent on helping people.
Pretty f***ed up, huh? Taking money away from an aid program that helps poor people all around the world. Except USAID was not exactly that. In fact, it doesn't even f***ing stand for aid. It stands for United States Agency for International Development.
Oh my gosh.
It has all to do with aid. But honestly,
bro, why are they making decisions for all of our government if they don't know what any of the stuff they're affecting does? Oh my gosh, it's so bad.
for thinking it does. After all, they do make the word aid a different color in the logo. Those sneaky bastards. Although it said USAID provides 42% of global aid, the truth is most of those funds are just spent paying US contractors and secretly conducting regime change all around the world. In fact, 80% of all USAID funding goes to just 75 organizations, while only 6% of that goes to aid. And by auditing USAID, Doge exposed the true, real puppet masters behind the secret cabal of evil masterminds funding the woke ideology spreading all around the globe. You. Yes, it was you, American taxpayer. Turns out the deep state was the friends we made along the way. And yes, it's true, we are spending billions of dollars in our tax money to fund things like teaching Sri Lankan journalists how to avoid binary gendered language.
Okay.
Combating disinformation in Kazakhstan.
Hey, that could be important.
Promoting inclusion in Vietnam. Millions to an Armenian LGBT group. Millions to rebuild the Cuban media ecosystem. Millions for LGBT causes in the Western Balkans. Millions for LGBT activism in Uganda.
Oh man, they do a lot.
Millions for atheism in Nepal. Millions for male circumcision around the world. And $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala. And many other things that were so ridiculous I had to double check to make sure I wasn't being trolled. Taxpayer-funded sex changes in Guatemala? We don't even do that here! Now, you might be saying, Shoe, this seems like some stupid anti-woke shit. And yeah, kind of. You got me. But I ask you, young naive liberal, why the f*** was John Bolton once the head of USAID? John Bolton, for those of you who are unaware, is an infamous neocon hack. He's literally criticized Trump for not being enough of a warmonger. Neocon hacks, for those same few of you who are unaware, are the people in our government responsible for meddling with other countries all around the world and getting us into wars for basically funsies. The people who suck the teat of Raytheon, Boeing, etc. The military-industrial complex's favorite discord.
I don't know, that sounds like the type of person that's like, oh, back in my day, during World War II, it's like, okay, for one, you probably weren't around. There's no way you're in the White House and you were during World War II. So why are you fantasizing how America was at the top whenever we literally were facing a World War epidemic? You know, that's something that I do notice people rave about, is like, oh yeah, America was so great back in the day. Like, there literally was a whole like apocalypse event that could have happened. Like, people were literally worried that nuclear war could happen at any moment. Okay, those were not the best of times. Like, oh my gosh, like, yes, we did become a superpower because of it, but we can't idolize everything. But hey, I will say, as a history buff, I do love, you know, the war. World War II, so many great stories and fun facts about it.
Kittens. These guys come in shades of red and blue. So why was John Bolton, a red guy, in charge of the same program, USAID, that is sending American taxpayer money to foreign countries to have things like trans pride parades? The truth is, the USAID thing goes a lot deeper than what a lot of Republican commentators are saying. It wasn't just a bunch of libtards in government wasting our money on stupid woke things. No. There's way more than that. You see, it's current year and we can't just do old-fashioned imperialism anymore. The people don't like that. It's a new era, so we have to dress it up in glitter and rainbows. To put it bluntly, USAID is nothing but another form of taxpayer-funded regime change, wearing an innocent mask of aid. Shut up, Shoe! You dumb bimbo populist! You reactionary shitlord! You cry, tears running down your fat, retarded face. The United States is just giving foreign countries billions of dollars out of the kindness of their hearts. Oh yeah? I have a lovely bridge on sale down the road. Would you like to buy it? Listen, despite all its faults, I love America, and I love the American people. But if you believe the corrupt, greedy bureaucrats running the deep state of this country do anything out of the kindness of their hearts,
Yep, true.
You are a sweet, innocent angel, and you need to be protected at all costs. I especially
Oh, she's too nice for her own good. But yeah, no, there's so much that like goes on with like the deep state. Like, good on her for diving in on all this and really going deep on like what she can find out, because this is like the type of stuff that you really do have to educate yourself about. And I admit, there's a lot that goes on that they really do try to hide behind closed doors. So yeah, you really do have to go out your way for it.
any leftist who has the nerve to run defense for USAID, especially those who call themselves socialists or commies, considering the fact that USAID was basically originally created to destroy communist countries all around the world. Established in 1961 by President John F. Kennedy under the noble guise of aiding developing nations, USAID was, in many respects, an instrument during the Cold War to counter Soviet influence and keep the Third World from crafting its own socioeconomic model. A year after President John Kennedy created USAID in 1961, he told its directors that, as we do not want to send American troops to a great many areas where freedom may be under attack, we send you. It wasn't long before the CIA spotted an opportunity to extend its reach. In 1962, USAID launched its Office of Public Safety to send agents around the world under the guise of training police officers.
Ooh, I'm not gonna lie. Once she said CIA, I was like, can I trust this? They're up to no good. Fun CIA. Let's go.
As it turned out, the trainers were busy teaching enhanced interrogation techniques, a euphemism for torture. The scandal broke out in 1966, and although the office was finally shut down in 1974, the dark practices persisted within military and intelligence circles. By 1980, USAID Administrator John Gilligan was candid enough to describe the agency as nothing more than a graduate school for the CIA. At one time, many aid field offices were infiltrated from top to bottom with CIA people, he said. It was pretty well known in the agency who they were and what they were up to. The idea was to plant operatives in every kind of activity we had overseas, government, volunteer, religious, every kind. USAID was quickly nicknamed the CIA's little sister. Oh, and here is John Bolton holding a trophy given to him by USAID in the shape of a hand grenade. Yeah, nothing to see here, folks. So let's talk about Shoe0nhead, shall we? Sit down. I love this story. Taken directly from Wikipedia, Shoe0nhead was an online social networking and microblogging service created by the United States Agency for International Development, aka USAID, and marketed to Cuban users. It was covertly developed as a long-term strategy to encourage Cuban youths to revolt against the nation's government.
Oh my, what? We tried to do an inside job with Castro? Oh, why am I surprised? Who would have thought? No, our government would never.
Aim to use non-controversial content such as sports and music to build up subscribers and then to slowly introduce political messages through social bots to encourage dissent in an astroturfing initiative. So basically, USAID created a fake-ass social media platform in Cuba with our tax dollars, flooded it with bot content about like sports and music and whatever, just to make it seem normal, then slowly started to manipulate the users and create political division on the app between Cuban citizens in order to create political chaos in this country and a potential uprising.
Bro, this is literally what Trump says TikTok's gonna do. What the? We literally came up with the blueprint for TikTok.
How dare we take money away from those starving undercover agents? To make things even more sus, the money we spent on Shoe0nhead was publicly documented as an unnamed project in Pakistan. Yes, this fake-ass social media psyop they created in Cuba was documented by our government as being a project in Pakistan. Now, think of all the other weird shit USAID was supposedly funding. Those
there's
sex
more?
changes in Guatemala. Were they really sex changes in Guatemala? Or were they some covert psyop being done somewhere else in the world? I guess we'll never know now. Using social media to divide the masses and create political division. You don't think... No. They wouldn't do that. I mean, it's kind of weird they asked the former founder of Twitter to help with this project.
Come on now.
No. They would only do social media psyops in other countries, right? Right? In March 2024, a document was exposed that revealed USAID was running covert psyops all around the internet in order to combat populist misinformation about the government on Twitch, Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, and 4chan. Although...
Ooh. Oh, I got scared for a second. I use all those except 4chan. Oh, okay. I guess I'm not corrupted just yet. Woo!
Internal justification was halting the flow of mis- and disinformation, it seemed particularly concerned with malinformation, a concept it defines as speech that is factually correct but misleading, i.e., bothersome truths the US government would prefer the public does not know. USAID suggests directing the public toward mainstream corporate sources of information and psychologically inoculating them against inconvenient facts that challenge US power by pre-bunking information before people see it. Pre-bunking includes discrediting the brand, the credibility, and reputation of those making false allegations. In other words, a state-directed attack against alternative media and critics of the US government. So basically, USAID was funding a bunch of dorks to go all around social media and be like, source? Every time someone criticizes the government. This is somehow more pathetic than when I used to use an alt account to defend myself on BreadTube subreddits. That is basically what our government was doing.
Wait, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, imagine getting paid by the government to literally just be online and be a troll and be like, well, actually... Oh my gosh, you know what? I feel like someone's watching this and they're like, oh, what? How dare you call it my job like that? Hey, I'm not calling out. I'm saying, yo, hey, if it brings food to the table, yo, go off. Look at that. Look at you. you're like that. Do you ever see those memes where they'd be like asking you like, yo, so what crimes are you up to today? And everyone's like, oh yeah, let me definitely comment off this. Not like a cop is the one that's posting or want to see all the comments for this. It's just like that.
I like how this implies the people you called a Fed online might have actually been a Fed. There is a chance that you may have fought with a federal agent, a USAID federal agent on Twitter or 4chan.
Oh my.
This also implies that like streamers and social media influencers may have been funded by USAID. But who? Who among us
Hassan.
who would be willing to unquestionably, enthusiastically suck establishment cock that hard?
Aiden Ross. Okay, that's my final guess. Aiden Ross.
For all the bad stuff America does around the world, USAID was just an organization that did a lot of nice things. Like it put a lot of money into efforts to help people in a variety of ways, like both materially and culturally. It's just like a nice way for the United States to have a positive presence around the world.
For the record, I do not actually believe Destiny is being funded by USAID. I just thought that transition was funny. I fucking love that quote, though.
Shots
USAID
thrown.
was just a nice organization that did a lot of nice things, like culturally help people around the world. Culturally help people? Why are we in the business of cultural imperialism? Why do we have to culturally enrich Latin America or the fucking Balkans? So not only are we the world police, but we are now the world HR department? No thank you. Why are we spending billions of dollars doing fuck-ass shit in other countries while ours crumbles? I don't care about teaching gender studies to Ugandans. The pothole in front of my house hasn't been filled in 3 years. These are my taxes, and I believe my taxes should go to help people in my country. I don't think that's controversial to say. And I know many conservatives agree with me. I'll always hear them say, we can't be spending money in Ukraine. We have to take care of our own. And then they just don't take care of their own. Because that's socialism or communism or something. Listen, do you actually want to take care of your own? Do you actually want your taxes to go towards helping the poor and sick and families in this country? Are you actually America first, or are you corpos and foreign countries first?
You know, as a lot of people like to say, like, oh yeah, liberals and conservatives, you know, they always butt heads. I feel like both sides can watch this video and really like see similarities with each other on their views and be like, you know what? Yeah, I see your side of it. Yeah, this is definitely like whack. Or yeah, well, I like that part of it, but why are we doing it like this? Yeah, this is definitely super well done, informative, and very much like, hey guys, let's come together on this one.
Than happy to work with you on good things to fix this country. But I don't think the establishment GOP is.
You don't want able-bodied workers on a program that is intended For example, for single mothers with 2 small children who's just trying to make it. That's what Medicaid is for, not for 29-year-old males sitting on their couches playing video games. We're going to find those guys and we're going to send them back to work.
First of all, Medicaid is for anyone who needs it, period. And second of all, 29-year-old guys? You mean your fucking voter base? You mean the very demographic that is shifting the entire country in your direction? Those guys? Yeah, we're just wasting so much money helping young men. Those greedy gamers just gobbling up all the tax money. Not massive tax cuts to corporations and the rich. Not all the money to the bloated military-industrial complex. No. Gamers. Young men who can't find a job.
They are
can't
the
afford a
worst.
house, can't afford college.
I'm just kidding.
Young men who can't build a family because of the society you created. Those guys, they need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and pay for their own Medicare. This care isn't for them. It's for women. What? Great to know both sides of the establishment fucking hate young men. Anyway, sorry, I popped off. Let's get back on topic. Now, USAID did do some good things. I won't deny that. But even some of the good things USAID did were nothing but a bunch of fronts. Using Cuba as an example again, because these are some of the only ones that have been exposed so far, there was a USAID program called the Travelers Project that was said to be an HIV prevention workshop. But yet again, it was nothing but another covert regime change psyop. This was exposed in 2014 by the Associated Press. Young Venezuelans and Peruvians were deployed by USAID to Cuba's college campuses for $5.41 an hour. Really, USAID? Billions of dollars force feminizing mice and you can't even pay your spies a living wage? Sad. Anyway, they were used to recruit college students into political organizations with the goal of turning them against their government. The goal of, once again...
Oh my gosh, bro, this goes deep. What the? Yo! Bro, we really are out here just trying to do whatever we can to overthrow governments. What the?
Political division. In the exposed memos about this, USAID called their HIV workshop the, quote, perfect excuse. Right. But we're totally funding DEI in Vietnam for pure humanitarian reasons, I'm sure. This was done so sloppily that even our boy John Bolton came out and disavowed it, but not without saying he thought it was a good idea in principle. Yes, it's a great idea to create taxpayer-funded secret psyops all over the world in order to f*** with other countries' politics. Just don't recruit teenagers to do it next time, okay? What? I honestly just think it's kind of funny we were funding anti-socialist agendas all around the world and disguising it as social progressivism. Don't think too hard about that one. Now, Cuba wasn't the only place USAID was culturally helping. On January 12, 2010, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake struck Haiti, killing 220,000 people, injuring another 300,000, and leaving 1.5 million more homeless. In the wake of the catastrophe, the United States provided $1.6 billion in reconstruction funding to Haiti, $651 million of which went to USAID. Rather than employing Haitian construction companies, USAID contracted out the rebuilding projects to international firms. For instance, Minnesota-based construction firm Thor was awarded $18 million in contracts, and Mexico-based firm Cemex received over $7 million. But by far the largest recipient of USAID funding in Haiti was Washington, D.C. based contractor Chemonics International, who received over $200 million to carry out a total of 141 projects. In fact, USAID awarded more money to Chemonics than to the entire Haitian government in the wake of the earthquake. An audit conducted on Chemonics revealed that the company had a tendency to not finish jobs, evaluated its own project on arbitrary criteria not having to do anything with the project, and failed to set timelines, causing some projects to fall behind schedule. In one case, Chemonics was contracted to build Haiti's new parliament building, but what they constructed came out half-finished and unusable. The company only built the framework of the building, not even erecting interior walls to divide office spaces, nor did they bother to furnish the building. Left with this, the Haitian government was forced to draw $775,000 from its public treasury to complete the project. Despite these disastrous results, Chemonics to this day remains USAID's top contractor. The construction company was awarded $506.4 million in contracts in 2021 alone. In a leaked email exposed by WikiLeaks, they described this tragedy as a gold rush, ensuring that it would be great for international companies. Seems like the only thing they are culturally helping is their own wallets, am I right? And you know how you always hear about how poor people are in Venezuela and how the politicians are so rich and live in luxury? Yeah, part of that has to do with USAID. Billions of dollars of aid we sent to Venezuela just lined the pockets of US-backed politicians.
That is so gross.
Only 2% of the aid we sent to Venezuela actually went to help Venezuelans. So at this point, the whole world was basically sick of USAID's bullshit. In 2013, Bolivian President Evo Morales expelled USAID officials from his country on the grounds that the agency had conspired against his government by allegedly manipulating social movements in the country. He also charged that a previous USAID program that sought to help cocoa farms switch to new crops was politically motivated.
Do you think this is why Trump is so mad that we send so much money to Ukraine? Because he's like, bro, hey, yo, I know that we send so much money to help other countries, but we secretly just pocket it for ourselves in other departments. Are you sure we're not doing the same thing for Ukraine? Yo, I think I got it. I figured it all out, guys. I know things. I'm a top secret plant.
Expelled the agency in 2012 for similar reasons. Its foreign ministry argued in a statement that USAID attempts to influence political processes through its grants. And in February, Kenyan Cabinet Secretary Francis Kimimya claimed that his government had evidence that USAID had hired activists to organize anti-government protests in Nairobi in an effort to topple the government. Oh, and if you're wondering why so many news outlets and journalists were freaking out over the potential shutting down of USAID, yeah, it's probably because it's where their paychecks were coming from.
Ooh.
Yeah, apparently USAID was funding about 6,200 journalists and 707 news outlets.
Of course.
All across the world. Not even just America. For example, the editor-in-chief of a Ukrainian news outlet wrote that destroying USAID was a greater threat to Ukrainian journalism than the Russian invasion. What?
I smell propaganda.
There were independent outlets shutting down everywhere, including Russia after the USAID freeze. So we were apparently funding media in both Ukraine and Russia.
I'm playing both sides so that I always come out on top.
Serbia, Moldova, all across Latin America, independent outlets shutting down everywhere. All because the little sister of the CIA can't pay no mo. So I have a question. Why the f*** were we funding media in all these other countries? Well, the CEO for the Center of Investigative Reporting, a USAID-supported Bosnian media organization, said it best. Quote, "If you are funded by the US government, there are certain topics that you would simply not go after, because the US government has its interests that are above all else." Oh, I guess that answers my question. USAID is also ridden with other scandals, such as covering up a child sex abuse ring in Kenya, kidnapping and torturing people in Uruguay,
Okay.
sterilizing 300,000 Peruvian women,
Oh my
and the famous
God.
one you all know, funding drug production in Afghanistan. Oopsie poopsie.
Okay, not surprised about that.
Wuckies. Now think about all the other that hasn't been exposed. These aren't mistakes. These aren't flukes. These aren't.
No, dude, that's the stuff that always gets me. It's like, bro, this is all the stuff they let out and they're okay with us knowing about. Imagine all the stuff that they don't want us to find out.
Wuckies. This is what this program was set out to do. This is why it was created. We were quite literally funding Globo Homo as a sneaky way to do regime change and American intervention. Or do you think we're spending $1 million in Nepal to promote atheism because Hinduism is such a threat? You're cute. The United States won't sleep until there's an ugly progress flag hanging on Starbucks on every corner of every street all over the world from Latin America to the Middle East. Ah yes, the greatest American exports, butt, sex, and war. There are a shit ton of old left-wing articles you can find online spanning back to like 2010, even earlier, about how evil USAID is. Now suddenly liberals are acting like it's another fucking beacon of democracy that we have to cry and piss and shit about just because it's Trump getting rid of it. Frankly, I don't care. If they start dismantling things that I do care about, things that do actually help the American people, then I will care. Expose where the trillions of dollars we spent on the Iraq war went next, please. Or, you know, actually release the Epstein files.
Hey, don't call them out like that.
Do I think Doge cut USAID because they're our great comrade in arms, cutting off the tentacles of American imperialism? No. Trump probably just cut it because he thought it was a woke, gay waste of money, and it was. But as far as I'm concerned, every article written about how bad dismantling it was written by John Bolton himself. Like the president of Colombia said, "Take your money with you. It's poison." All the sources I used in this video and all the information I got for this video will be in links down below. Feel free to do your own research as always. And if you like this video, please consider subscribing. A lot of you aren't subscribed apparently. You just watch and f*** off. I will find you. Also, this video is most likely going to be demonetized, so if you can and if you want to, please donate to me on Patreon, link down below. It helps the channel so much, and I appreciate it. And I will see you next time with a less serious, more fun video.
Okay, I actually learned a lot through that one. It was like completely 180. Like, I really thought she was gonna like just bash Trump for like actually shutting down something that was good for us, but no, it went so much deeper into like, yo, no, there's some really messed up stuff that was going on with here with pocketing money and also just trying to, I don't know, just topple down countries through our own means. Like, okay, that part was the most intriguing, seeing like all the spy stuff that they're trying to do, like not even like our spies, like the fact that they're trying to get spies from other countries to help out America. But I don't know, like, dude, there's this like that I don't know, like that's just the part about like not even like America, just about like government like stories in general that really are intriguing, just to see like all the espionage and just all the tactics that the CIA or FBI try to like really just try to accomplish, you know. But that's just me, that's just my opinion. Thanks for coming out to this video. Hope you have a good day, make good choices, and I see all of y'all next time. Peace.